Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Jin Ring, and currently we're doing the Halo Infinite single player first impression review. Now, essentially, what that is I play the game for a bit and get a feel for it. Don't beat the entire thing because theoretically, and it tends to be true across time. Uh, what you see for a good section of the game tends to be what it is for the rest of the game. It allows me to get through as much different types of games as possible. So, without further ado, here we go. The footage that you're seeing in the background right now is right at the beginning of the game, but with no cutscenes or anything like that. So there's no spoilers. And at the end of the review and scoring section, you'll see a boss fight if you're interested in watching it. Pretty difficult one. It was the last one I did, and it was very satisfying taking that fool out. So, Halo Infinite. This is the first one in the series to be open world, and it was interesting when I learned this. Open world Halo. You traditionally it's from mission to mission, and now you're driving around the place, and you have fast travel and all that stuff. That's cool. Uh, Naturally, however, there's a bit more filler content in it. Which it sucks a bit, but it's not too bad. And the stuff that you're seeing right now, or pardon me, the stuff that you'll see later in the game, it is less content in comparison to other open world games. So, while it's a decent amount, if it's worth 60 to you, that's fine. I have the Game Pass, so I don't really have to worry about that price for it. But the main thing that's drawn me in, of course, is the gunplay. And this is the first Halo, I would say, since the original, where every single gun was usable. From 2 up to, I think, Guardians, Halo 5 Guardians, there were some guns in the campaign that just weren't usable. They didn't do enough damage to be worth picking up. It was like pass a pistol to break the shields, precision weapon to kill the enemy with a headshot, and that was pretty much the whole game until you got power weapons. This one, all the guns are solid. Just like in multiplayer, all the guns are solid, all the guns are usable against the enemy. And that's fantastic to me. Especially if you're role playing. If you're role playing as Chief, you want to use straight UNSC weapons, this is the one where you can do it. And it feels great. It feels great using those weapons and not having to use a specific type in order to take out most of the enemies. And I'm playing on legendary difficulty. That's fun for me. And it's awesome using these weapons on that difficulty because you feel like you're putting in all that effort and it's paying off. You're getting the result that you want to get, and that makes sense. No more having to put 3 magazines into a guy to drop the shields and then take him out. It's much faster, much more efficient, and much fun. Yeah, each of the main missions that are in this game, they end with the boss fight. I don't know how many missions there are because I didn't get that far. I only beat 2 main missions, and for the most part, I'm doing side missions. Freeing the Marines, taking over the bases. Yeah, I like that stuff. At each of the bases, you get to spawn your own weapons in, and some of the side missions like boss fights, where you get to get, I would say, borderline overpowered guns that do make the game a trip. Kind of much more of a breeze than usual. And these custom weapons, you can find the ammo for them out on the field through ammo pods that the enemy has. And at these bases, you also have your Marines. You find them out in the world, you can rescue them or just pick them up if they're in an area. But you find the Marines, and they're a blast to play with when you're in the vehicle. If they're on foot, they die. That's what it is on the harder difficulties. They die. But when you're in the vehicle, it's fantastic rolling with them. They drop guys, especially on the Razorback. I love the Razorback. That's the best vehicle so far. 5 Marines with shotguns or snipes or rocket launches. Oh man, it's just watching these guys just drop the whole base. That's, to my knowledge, the first time I've ever seen that on legendary difficulty. Because they don't get stunned, and they also do good damage on that vehicle. So it's great. scattered throughout the world as well as, collectibles for the multiplayer. So if you play multiplayer, you want to find some stuffs. There's some nice outfits that they have. They're pretty cool. Here's a couple that you'll see right now. I unlocked them. I play them. I use them. Unfortunately, this is also the first Halo where there is no local or online co-op, which sucks. They said they're gonna bring it out later in the future. I don't know when. But yeah, there's no local or online co-op, and yeah, it's disappointing. That's what Halo was for the longest, local first, and they kept it for a while. And now there's not even an online co-op, so it's you want to play with your buddies. That's the multiplayer only, unfortunately. Yeah, so this is Halo Infinite single player. It's retailing at $60, I believe. And you know what? Yeah, I think it's fun. I think it's a good, fun game. It's most of its fun, of course, is because of how they balance the guns. That's me. I like the way the shooting feels. The map design's good. I like it. It's beautiful. Nice big old ring, and very amusing. That's probably not the best word to use, but entertaining, compelling dialogue from the Marines and from the enemy AI. So it's pretty cool. The score I'm going for right now, I'm leaning towards definitely a 26 at a minimum. I'm hesitant to say 27 because this is not, in comparison to other open world games that have more content and have more seasoned developers working on this particular type of gameplay. It is less than those games when it comes to what it has to offer on a content by content basis, but it's still fantastic, So I would say 26.
The wall's retracted. Watch your back. He could come from anywhere.
Your pain is only just beginning. What will you do, human? There is nowhere. My victory is inevitable! I'm coming for you, Spartan!
We need to get him out of that machine.